couldn't make it, sir.
Hello everyone, I'm the French Monk and welcome to War Hospital, a war-themed game that focuses on saving lives rather than taking them. The game puts you in charge of a British frontline field hospital located in northern France during World War I, otherwise known as the Great War. Gameplay-wise, this translates into a 3D isometric real-time strategy game with an art style that on first glance reminded me a bit of This War of Mine, a game that provides perspective of the effects a war can have on civilians as you have to try and survive in a besieged city, scavenging for food, medicine, and so on, all whilst avoiding snipers and increasingly desperate fellow civilians. Now, War Hospital offers the perspective of Major Henry Wells, who is a retired British combat medic, drafted back and thrown into the nightmare that is World War I. The year is 1918, you are understaffed and undersupplied, and you will be responsible for many soldiers fighting along the French front. You will be treating the injuries they sustain using equipment that was used back in the day, and as you progress, your tools and methods will evolve. So I find it a very fascinating concept, and I think it provides a perspective we haven't seen that often in these types of games. Instead of shooting people, you are now commanding an entire hospital, and with that facing a bunch of different responsibilities, be it more focused on the survival of others naturally, as well as introducing tactics and morals. I assume you're going to have to make some tough choices with the resources and means you have at your disposal. The developers mentioned that the economy in War Hospital has two main elements. You have the human resources and you have the regular resources. The regular resources consist of medications, helpful for treating wounded soldiers, and semi-finished products or items for maintaining and further developing your hospital. The human resources are your surgeons, your nurses, and your medics. This game will challenge you as the quantity of patients arriving may quickly overwhelm you and your staff, so you will have to carefully manage them and recruit more in order to overcome these obstacles and avoid the hospital of coming to a standstill. To really humanize the soldiers that you're treating and really immerse the player to the harsh reality that are war casualties, the developers came up with 3 ways to do this. Each of the wounded has a bio which contains some personal information, whether they are married or single, have children, their medical history, in short, their basic life history. The second way they tried doing this is by reducing the distance between you as a player and these patients. This means you will be seeing their models entering the hospital, observing or hearing their surgeries, and you can actually go into the building where they are resting or recovering. Next to that, there will be extra information thrown at you at vital moments. You'll be making your decision, and then suddenly find out that the patient is soon expecting a child, or they have someone at home that they need to go back to, putting more pressure on you being the one responsible for the continuation of their life. Keeping that in mind, you can't save everyone. You will be forced to make choices in order to save the collective rather than certain individuals. And whilst you are managing your hospitals and treating patients, the sounds of artillery shells exploding all around you remind you of the dire situation you're in. This is a really tough one, speaking of the risk of being emotionally drained, and it puts a grand scale conflict like World War I in a different perspective, one I think we haven't seen that often in video games. Next to that, the developers went for a realistic setting, faithfully recreating it based on the French front. So if that's a perspective that you want to experience yourself, I know it's a concept that intrigued me, then War Hospital releases in just a few days, on the 11th of January to be precise, on Steam that is. Make sure to go check it out, and with that having said, I hope you enjoyed watching this video and found it informative enough. Make sure to leave a like if you did, and subscribe for more videos. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care everyone.